Okay, today we're going to talk about workout intensity. Okay, this is specifically for cardio workouts, but I'm going to touch on resistance training as well. So, quick story. I go to the gym and I'm on the exercise bike, and the guy sitting next to me, he's like really going at it. Sweat is just pouring off him, dumping on the floor in buckets. This guy's going right to town. And I'm sitting on the bike next to him. I got my newspaper up, and I'm just pedaling along, trolling along, reading the paper as I go. So, two of us, are we burning the same amount of calories? Not a chance. In fact, me just sitting there reading the paper and then slowly moving the pedals, I'm barely burning any calories at all. So that's where we get into talking about the intensity of our workouts. You can spend a lot of time doing various workouts and achieve very little. What you need to do is get your heart rate up if you're doing cardio. Get your heart rate up to whatever it is your doctor tells you your level is. And there are, this is going to show up backwards. I apologize, but you can Google something like this. It shows what your age is, and what is it? Your age and your BPM. No. Oh, okay, I got it. So maybe I should have looked at this before I held it up to the screen. But it shows what your age is and your heart rate and what the safe areas are that you should be working out in. Green is light, medium is moderate, and red is very strenuous. And these correlate to whether you're fat burning or getting into cardio. And you can actually get your heart rate to a point where it's not healthy, and you're actually being counterproductive if you get your heart rate up too high. So you've got to monitor that if you've got concerns. A lot of the exercise equipment will have kind of a heart monitor on it that you can hold on to, and it gives you a reading. Or you can carry along a heart monitor. I have a Fitbit. Fitbit tells me what my heart rate is. So if you are working toward your getting that intensity up, you want to make sure that you're getting it into a sweet spot for maximum fat burn, which is just one step above where fat burn is. It's actually in that cardio area. That's where you're going to get the greatest amount of calorie burn. So if you look at this, you're like me sitting on that bicycle trolling along in the green area. I'm probably not going to do anywhere as good as the same person doing the same thing up in the red area, burning a lot more calories because his heart rate is up higher. And that's also very important to be watching your heart rate as you work out to make sure you're challenging yourself appropriately. You may get to the point where you set the machines to a certain level, and then you're working out, and a couple of weeks go by and you haven't moved those settings because you're just comfortable with it, and your body's adjusting to it, and your heart rate is coming down, and you might not even realize that you're not getting that intense workout that you used to get. So what you need to do is pump the numbers up on the machine, and you'll see your heart rate go back to where it's supposed to be. If you don't have a machine for this, same thing applies if you're in your living room doing a workout. Maybe you're doing a dance video. Maybe you've got the Wii going, and there's some exercise video games. Or you're just going out for a walk. Pay attention to your heart rate. If you may have to walk a little faster or walk a little slower, depending upon where your heart rate is hitting. Now, something else I like to do when it comes to intensity, and this is where you can take it to the next level, is I like to vary the intensity during the workout. So I'll have a short spurt of very high intense workout, and then a cool down period of a little bit less of a workout. Then I go right back to that intensity and then cool down. And that rhythm that you pick, if you're on exercise equipment, that'll tell you what the rhythm's going to be. But if you're just doing this on your own, it might be 60 seconds of high intensity followed by 2 or 3 minutes of low intensity. So if you get farther along on your workouts, what it might be is you go for a walk and you walk for 2 or 3, 4 minutes, and then you pick up the pace, you go for a jog for 60 seconds. And then you cool it off, you go back to walking for a little while, and then you go and then you do the jog. That alternation seems to give you a better workout than if you were just to do completely high intensity for the entire period of time, or definitely low intensity for the entire period of time. Now, I promised to talk about intense workouts during resistance training. And I see this all the time when I'm at the gym, that somebody will go lift a weight and then they'll just walk around or go talk with people for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and then they'll come back and they'll lift again. Okay, that's not intensity at all. The rule I like to use when I'm doing the resistance training is, and I'll get into resistance training and the triangle method and some of the other things in another video. But let's just say I'm doing 12 reps. Okay, so I'm going to do that exercise 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12th time I stop and I take a break. And no, I don't go talk to everybody in the gym or walk around the gym or anything. I stay in that position, or maybe I get up, do a little stretching to the count of 12. So the amount of length of my break is equal to the amount of time that I did the exercise. And then I go back and I do my next my next rep of 12, and then I take the next break, and then I do a third one, and then I'm done. So that's how you keep the intensity up. If you don't keep that intensity up, your muscles start to relax, and they you won't get as powerful of a resistance training workout. Again, I'll get into more in resistance training. I suspect, and maybe I'm wrong, that at this stage, if you're watching the videos and following along and getting into this, you're probably just doing some cardio work. You're probably not into resistance training too much right now. So that's why I'm holding off on those until future videos. If you're doing a mix, congratulations. That's awesome. But I suspect that you're probably chiefly looking at cardio, because that you want to drop weight, and cardio is a great way to see that scale move. Okay, so that's it for intensity. Keep your heart rate up. Push yourself within the limits of what your doctor says, right? But push yourself to keep your heart rate into the maximum area, that sweet spot for burning calories. I hope this helps.